Hello guys, I have yet another solo Leo 1 battle for you, so I'll jump right in. Okay, so a typically tier 10 heavy game. Roughly half the team on both sides is composed of tier 10s. Muravanka. Now, I've always had some trouble on this map. Mainly because being in a glass cannon on this map is it's really tough. Because I'm in a medium, I want to roll up on that 8 line and spot things in the forest, but at the same time, I have 0 armor, so they can just put... Oh my god, this guy. They can just put as many shots into my turret as they want. And it'll go right through, obviously. So, as much as I really like scouting on that 8 line for my team, it's really not doable in this tank. It is, but you have to rely on luck to do it, which I don't like doing. So, what I typically do is I just bush up an F1 here. And as long as the enemy team doesn't rush and my team pushes up at least a little bit past me, this is a pretty workable spot, all things considered. Now, if I can survive long enough, I'm going to be showing off some of the camo mechanics that I like to take advantage of. Now, most people understand that if you're behind a bush, it provides a camo bonus for your tank. What less people understand is that when you shoot, any bushes within 15 meters of your tank temporarily turns translucent, both in-game and both mechanics-wise also. So when you shoot, anything within 15 meters of you disappears as far as the mechanics of spotting are concerned. And it takes a couple of seconds for the bushes to come back and count again as a camo bonus. And what even fewer people understand is that you can take really good advantage of this 15-meter rule if you know how to. And if we have some enemy tanks pushing up here, I'll be able to showcase this, but if not, it'll have to wait for another time. It looks like my team is pushing pretty hard, so I'll try and hit this guy's cupola, or the hatch, whatever you'd like to call it. There we go. That was a good pen. That thing is curved in a way so the very top portion of it is well armored, but the lower lip of it is the weak point and is exceedingly hard to hit unless you're, hugging him or right next to him. Even with a tank that's this accurate, it's tough sometimes. Now, I'm lucky because this tank shoots APCR by default, so it does extremely well at range in terms of penetration. The pen does not drop off at range badly like it does with regular AP or heat. And that's one of the largest advantages that medium tanks have that people really, I find, don't understand or don't think about. Okay, so unfortunately it looks like I'm not going to be able to show off the camo mechanic that I wanted to, because they don't have enough to push. So that'll have to wait for another game. Just keep a lookout for another Muravanka game where I spawn on south. Almost every time I'm able to use the mechanic that I'm talking about, or that I want to talk about rather. But for now, I'm just going to run up the 8 line. We have enough tanks up here to where I think it's relatively safe. I don't think they have anything on the A line past A3, so they won't have any shots at me from that corner of the map. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get right up against the berm here and just start spotting tanks. And you saw I just took a snapshot at that M53. Now this E4 just shot, so he's going to have to reload, and I'm going to try and back off the berm here to make it hard for him to hit me. He'll probably die before he gets a chance. Yep. So the 704 just shot at me. Ooh. They have a JPZ in the back. That's what just nailed me. So I've gotten enough spotting damage, I've helped my team out enough on that line. So I'm just gonna back up to where that stupid TD, he's probably camping in A0 or B0. Probably one of the, I mean, if they are back there in that corner, that's one of the main reasons they lost. But, you know, backing up a little bit around this berm will completely stop them from being able to hit me. So I'll let this 140 light him. If the waffle's loaded, he'll probably die, but he'll be lit long enough to where we get a lot of shots on. So there's the waffle. So I'm 100% certain that JPZ is what hit me. I don't think the waffle can do 1,000 damage in one shot, just pure damage. I'm not sure what the range on it is, but I don't think it's that high. So that was a really easy game, and I didn't have to do a whole lot. And I'm not sure if I did much of that spotting damage, to be honest. It could have been from other people on my team, but looking at my XP here, because I got over 1,000 base, I'm guessing I did a decent amount of spotting damage. And accuracy was good, fantastic, 12 out of 12, all hit. I don't think all of them, I know for certain not all of them pinned. Only half of them pinned, but that's okay. So 2,700 pure damage, 2,600 spotting from that late run on the 8 line that I did. Almost all of that from killing the E4 after he got lit by me. 1,800 potential, roughly 1050 of that was from the JPZ. 1 kill, but again, a pretty easy game. I didn't have to do a whole lot of special maneuvers to get things done. My team did a fairly decent job of pushing on their own, especially on the west side of the map. That being said, it would have gone a lot differently if the two TDs that we killed at the end, had actually been towards the front line, proactively helping their team. I mean, you look at the waffle, he didn't even do half. I mean, he hardly did half a clip of damage the entire game. He didn't even get a chance to reload because he was just sitting in the back the entire time. And the JPZ, exactly the same thing. You know, he got 1 shot of damage in on me, and that was because we had pushed into their base. So if those two had actually helped their team to a significant extent, that game would have gone differently. It's amazing what 2 tier 10 TDs can do in terms of changing the balance of gameplay. So, you know, if I had been on that team, most of the teams I'm on are like that, where you have at least 1 tier 10 sitting in the back doing nothing for the entire game. Either AFK, a bot, or, you know, he thinks he's protecting artillery or something like that. It's just unfortunate when you encounter that. People have obviously played a lot of games to get to their tier 10, and they still don't understand fundamental, commonsensical things to do in a game where you have to cap the opponent's base or kill all their tanks. So, you know, I'm happy that they didn't do anything that game because I was on the other team, but, you know, don't find yourself sitting in the back waiting for them to come to you. You want to take the battle to them. That way you're fighting on your terms and not theirs. So, and also, ideally, if you bring the battle to them, you'll have less guns shooting at you if it's more of an evenly matched scenario. So if you wait in your base until the end of a game where you have 8 people shooting at you, you're not going to get out of it and you're not going to do much damage. So just keep that in mind. As always, I appreciate any comments or questions that you have. Just put them down in the comments section below and I'll be happy to address them. And thank you for watching.